Hi, this is Alex Kantrowitz. I'm the host of Big Technology Podcast, a longtime reporter and an on-air contributor to CNBC. And if you're like me, you're trying to figure out how artificial intelligence is changing the business world and our lives. So each week on Big Technology, I bring on key actors from companies building AI tech and outsiders trying to influence it, asking where this is all going. They come from places like NVIDIA, Microsoft, Amazon, and plenty more. So if you want to be smart with your wallet, your career choices, in meetings with your colleagues, and at dinner parties, listen to Big Technology Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
The Fall Line is a true crime podcast covering the coldest cases in the southeastern United States and occasionally beyond. We focus on the missing persons, the unsolved murders, and the unidentified does that don't get media attention. Empathetic and intensively researched, The Fall Line will take you on deep dives into unsolved cases that you've never heard of and make you wonder why you haven't. Find us wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hey, I'm the Medium, and this podcast is for those who wish to understand the wonderful world of spirit. Where do we go when we die? I'll share stories of mine as a medium and other mediums in our journeys, plus you will hear real-life client readings so that you can know without any doubt that your loved ones in spirit are around you all the time. I'm Jen, and this...
All right. Hey, everybody. This is a Singing Medium podcast. I really wish that I had more of a podcasty voice, but it's okay. This is the voice that I have. So it is Friday, as I like to call it. You know what's really funny about that? We just went away for a night. Chad surprised me with a getaway, going overnight to a resort, which was lovely to get away. And there was a sign somewhere all over. There was signs all over this resort. It was like something about the weekend, like work for the weekend or something for the weekend. And I'm like, that is such a program, guys. That is such a program. Working for the weekend or living for the weekend. This is, oh my God, it's Friday. Oh my God, it's the weekend. I can't wait for the weekend, Yeah, I get it. Some of you have to work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. I used to do it myself. I used to go and commute. I used to like live that life. And then one day I was like, you know what? There's a reason why I'm very unhappy. So if you're questioning your unhappiness, if you're working 9 to 5 and you're not I'm not saying you don't like your job. Some of you don't like your job, okay? Be honest. Some of you really don't like your job and you're miserable and you're getting in the car every day at like 7 in the morning and you're driving 45 minutes or more to this place and something feels weird. Something is making you very unhappy. I need you to listen to that. So pay attention. So these signs were all over this resort. And I was like, oh my God, that is such an indoctrination that we are so locked into, It's like, it's a Wednesday night. It's a Wednesday. And Chad's like, hey, let's go away for the night. Like, is that the weekend? No. It was so cool because we got to go and actually stayed up past 9 o'clock. And it was a free concert at this resort. And it was the Practically Hip. So obviously a band that is... paying tribute to the Tragically Hip, which ironically is like, for me, like I know everyone likes the hip, but that's like the worst. That is my worst band. If there's like all the bands, if you list all the bands in the world, that's my least favorite. And I went to, they put on a little concert. It was really fun. I even had some drinks. I don't drink. Okay. I had a couple of drinks. It was so nice just to get away. But I noticed that, it's like, oh my gosh, these signs were everywhere. It's like, you guys not noticed, like, it's not about living for the weekend, you guys. Living for right now. It's living for the present moment. Okay. So here's what is on the agenda for this episode. I think it's episode 37. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going with my silly memory here. And I think it's episode 37. And this episode today is going to be about, there's some psychic predictions that I haven't told you guys yet. There are a few on Instagram that I've sort of sprinkled around, but I think there's a couple that I've missed. And I can't remember if I shared a couple of them. So if I'm repeating myself, just ignore me. I want to make sure that you guys got these predictions that I've had them for a while. And I can't remember if I told this or not, or maybe I shared. I know I did share this on TikTok. That's where I shared. I'm like, I feel like I told people this before. I did it on TikTok. So if you go follow me on TikTok. What's my TikTok handle? I think it's The Real Singing Medium. So go on TikTok, go and follow me, The Real Singing Medium, and there is about like 6 or 7 TikToks down is me sharing about one of these predictions. I'm like, I knew I did it somewhere. I just couldn't remember where. So I haven't actually shared this with in my blog, elevatehersoul.com blog, and I have not shared on Instagram, but it is on TikTok. But it wasn't like a big deal. It wasn't like it didn't go viral or anything. And if I'm talking like a weirdo, it's just because I'm tired. That's what happens when I'm tired. I didn't have a nap. I'm not sleeping, you guys. I'm not sleeping. So I'm trying to like skip the nap for a couple days and see if that helps me out. Also, it is the full moon in Leo or something. Wait, I don't think it's full moon. Hold on a second. It is full moon in something. Oh, maybe it is the moon. I think it is in Leo. What am I saying? Okay, no, new moon. Sorry. New moon in Leo. Oh my gosh, I should look this up. This just came in my head. I think, yeah, it is. Sturgeon supermoon. But I have not seen anyone talk about a sturgeon super moon or the full pink moon. I haven't seen anyone post about that. That's the problem with social media, is that everyone like calls it something else, or so new moon in Leo. There we go. New moon in Leo. So this is supposed, according to all of the social media astrologers that I'm following, is supposed to be about your dreams and being seen. So my rising, no wait, hold on a second. Sun, moon, rising. My rising sign, if you're into astrology, is Leo. So I'm a Sagittarius sun. I'm a Leo rising, and I'm a Pisces moon. So you get the two fires. You get fiery me, and then you get crying me with the Pisces. So also it's my Jupiter return, I believe. I'm just waiting for that to be like super cool. It's not super cool so far. I mean, it is in my growth and stuff like that, but I'm still waiting for the cool thing to happen. So it is today, the new moon in Leo, you guys. It's the new moon in me, in the sign of Leo, which is like being seen, a leader, getting out there, this kind of stuff. That's me. That's like, I love to, I have this thing. One of my stories is like being seen, I actually, so long ago, before I did the work on myself, trying to be seen and being worthy of being seen, is actually, I used to see license plates everywhere. That was like CEEN, so seen, but like constantly all day long. All day long I saw a license plate that said seen. And then in my last ayahuasca, I actually kind of healed most of that. So my Leo's coming out, watch out. So speaking of like things that will like identify or, explain the Leo new moon, for me, being seen and being a leader, that for me is being a teacher. That is me being a psychic CEO, That's me being like, guys, here's my school. I have a spirit school. I teach classes. There's got to be a way for me to like incorporate spirit school, but then I also teach classes outside of spirit school. So maybe I got to reconfigure how to have it all as one thing. That just came to me. Like that was a download if I ever heard one. And it would make more sense, wouldn't it, if I had everything together, because it's a little confusing. So I have spirit school, and then I teach classes outside of spirit school for people who don't want to commit to a 1 year. So me being a Leo, and I'm like, here's an idea that I had, like 6 months of psychic study, like a psychic school. Like, isn't that cool? So like right now, spirit school is like everything. Spirit school is like manifestation, which we're doing right now. It's like psychic development, it's mediumship, it's art, it's like all these things. When I keep getting this pull to have like a psychic or a medium school, like just have that in there. So not next year, but maybe the 2023 year of spirit school, maybe it'll just be like a psychic school. We'll see. This 6-month series that I'm offering at the end of August for 6 months on Wednesdays, is focused on your psychic senses and your psychic development. So psychic school kind of thing. And we're going to be doing a lot of things in this class. 6 months of this. So right before I get into the psychic predictions, it is Wednesday, August 24th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for 1 hour. Plus every other Wednesday for 6 months, plus extra classes in there. Alrighty. So let's see here. with my notes, I did a story I want to share with you guys about this psychic series, I like to call it. I call it a psychic series. I don't know why. I just feel like I want to call it a psychic series. All right. There's the prediction. So in the psychic development 6-month series, I'm going to teach you how to, number one, remove your blocks to your gifts. That's a big deal. People are like, okay, Jen, teach me how to astral travel. Teach me Akashic Records. Teach me how to be psychic. Teach me how to do, what are the timelines? What's my clair? But that's a bonus, because a lot of people, when they start doing this work, they start getting stickiness. I don't like the word block, but like block/stickiness. There's like a little stickiness that happens, and your mind gets in the way. So the trick is, if you're going to be do any psychic work, or even especially mediumship, you got to get your mind out of it. I know it sounds, but you're not used to that. You're like, what do you mean get my mind out of it? You have to literally get out of your mind, which is why probably people think psychics are crazy. We're literally out of our minds, because if we're in our minds doing this work, we start to doubt things. That's where the doubt is. Doubt is in your mind, right? If you're out of your mind, if you're in a different realm, if you're like in La La Land, as I call it, when you're getting these visions and these feelings and these impressions, it's easy to do if you're outside of your mind, but you're in your mind. That's when you get a block, because your mind tells you, oh my God, this is too scary. Well, I can't do this. That other person is doing better than me. So I'm going to teach you how to remove your block to your gift. Okay. I'm going to teach you how to connect properly with no doubt. Keywords here: properly and no doubt. I'm going to teach you how to receive and perceive the downloads, which I just got here, guys. I remember you just literally witnessed me being like, how do I get Spirit School into one thing? The difference between advice and psychic purity. Okay, that's a big thing, because remember I told you the story about how I had readings done from these wackadoodle psychics? It was just advice. They weren't tapping in. They're like, hey, you're really bad at marketing, so that's your problem. I'm like, what? That's not psychic. So I need you to know the difference. They're going to teach you the difference between the pure psychic information. So one of the ways to tell that really quickly is the neutrality in which it comes in, and the intelligence. So psychic information is actually very intelligent. Okay. It comes in neutrally. It's a neutral. There is no emotion when there is psychic information coming to you. It's neutral and it's intelligent. And what I mean by intelligent is that they'll use, okay. So here's total transparency, you guys. I was just rambling on about something and I didn't check the meaning of it first. So I had to completely delete what I just recorded, because it wasn't good stuff. Like, it was like something that I didn't think it was. I was Googling a word and I was like, that's not what I meant. So I had to completely delete and I had to start over. So let's just start fresh here. I'm going to tell you the predictions. All right. So some predictions that I'm going to share with you are, here's from July 7th. So it is like the end of July right now. So this one came in July 7th at 10:17 p.m. I love when you're like trying to sleep and they just start coming in. So this was the vision that I had clairvoyantly. So what I saw in a vision, I'm a visionary. I saw in my mind's eye, actually like a projection outside of myself in the future, like 20, 30 years. So not that far from now, like maybe more 30 years. The world will be domed. So our planet will be domed with fake grass, trees, because the earth won't have enough safe space for people to live. They will either have to go to Mars or live in dome cities or countries. They're going to push in the oxygen. So it's like a very utopian energy. And I was thinking today on the car ride that I had a prediction a long, long time ago where Spirit said to me, it's going to get tyrannical before it gets dystopian, right? So it's like right now we're the tyrannical energy of that prediction or that information, and it's going to get dystopian. But when I saw this, it was like utopian, which is what we want, right? So it's going to take a couple decades for this to happen. And people who laugh at me and say you're going to go to live on Mars, that's not even a joke, because there are articles written about this. I don't have you know what? I wish I had like a sound producer or like a producer who's here like Googling stuff for me. I will look up. There is, when will we live on Mars? Okay. When will we live on, see this? Look, it's even there. Elon Musk said we're going to live on Mars. Okay, guys, you go Google this. Yeah, he said in 2029. That's even sooner. So he said, this is npr.org, okay? In 2016, Musk said that a meaningful number of people could reach the red planet in 10 years. Now he seems to predict a crew landing in 2029. And then here's another one, National Geographic. So you guys can't laugh at me. This is National Geographic, okay? 1 million humans could live on Mars by the 2060s. Okay? So yeah, when I said 2030, and then I'm like, no, it feels further than that. So in decades. I'm not joking that you're going to live on Mars. We won't live on Mars, but maybe our grandkids are going to live on Mars. Seriously, that's what I saw. So you're either going to have a choice. You're going to have a choice that you can live on Mars or you can live in this domed world. And there are movies. I'm trying to think. Let me, sorry if the microphone isn't making noise here. Let's see. Okay. Movies that have domed cities. Okay. I've seen this. I have seen this before. There's anime. There's a Simpson movie, Under the Dome. What else? Let's see. Tagged with Under the Dome. There's a Simpson episode where everyone is living in a dome. There's a movie called actually Under the Dome. There's a Logan's Run. All right. The Simpson movie in 2007. After Homer pollutes the town's water supply. Okay, so you guys know how the Simpsons are like predicting things. The water supply was, I think it was tainted in the UK where they put polio in the water. And this is like Springfield is encased in a gigantic dome by the EPA and the Simpsons are declared fugitives. Okay, that's the premise of it. I'm just seeing where else there are domes. There's a lot of movies with domes. If you Google it, like there's some weird ones here, but there's a whole bunch of movies. I'm like at 13 where there's a dome city. Okay. So this is going to happen. There's a movie called The Bubble from like 1966. There's a Doctor Who episode. There's a Futurama episode. Okay. So this sounds wackadoodle. You know, I had one person. Okay, here's where the wackadoodle thing comes from. I had someone that I think had read for in the past or something, and someone mentioned that I was a wackadoodle, and then told someone and told them not to tell me, but they told me anyways that she said I was a wackadoodle. So let's just say we don't follow each other anymore on the social media. It's fine. Like these are out there. You know, I'm telling you, like it's gonna happen. So they're going to push the oxygen in this, but we won't be part of this. And okay, so there's that one. So then on July 10th, I received a prediction or perceived it. There will be a new social media app that's going to replace Facebook because one of my predictions was Facebook will become obsolete. And there are some articles out there that Facebook is going bankrupt and they're losing a whole bunch of money because everyone's leaving. And there's going to be a new social media app that's going to replace Facebook. So I'm not sure if Meta's going to own it or Facebook will own it, but it will be pretty big and it's going to be like different than the other ones. That's for sure. All right, some more predictions for you. All right, here's the ones that I'm pretty sure I didn't share. I did share them briefly as a screenshot on my elevate.hersoul Instagram account. It was just, I didn't put any effort into it at all. And I think I actually did send it out as a blog on my email list. But so here are some things. Malfeasance. Okay. This is the word that I heard in my mind, which is what? It means, you know, it's neutral. It's coming from spirit because what? It's neutral and it's intelligent. But there was no context to it. So I knew the feeling of the word right away when I heard this. And it is wrongdoing, especially by a public official. So that means it's coming in neutrally and it's coming in intelligently. So big words, okay? That means that is the ultimate truth, the pure truth. It's the purity of the information, of the things that, you know, all of our human judgments and beliefs and projections on what's going on in the world. If it's coming in with a fancy word like malfeasance, 100% it is accurate that, and we know this already, but some people don't believe this, that they're not doing any bad shit. It's all legit. It's all legit to quit, you know? It's like, but there's something going to come out about a public official with wrongdoing, and wait for it. You're like, well, who is it? Oh, who is it? I want you to tap in. Who do you think it is? So when I say tap in or tune in, I don't want you to think about it. I want you to psychically tune in right now. I'm going to give you 5 to 10 seconds in a minute, and I'm done talking. I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in, and I want you to ask in your mind, please show me which public official excuse me, is this? Okay, so this leads up to my next prediction where the malfeasance is tapped into, which is Justin Trudeau will resign. That was a prediction that I got. So actually it was more of a visual. And then in my blog post, I actually wrote, this is not 100%. I'm risking this by saying this because another part of psychic information is that you should have a strong, firm knowing, like it's claimed, you like just know this is going to happen. This one, I'm risking it. I'm risking this, and I don't want to give you false hope, but I think this is going to happen. It's like something's going to happen that we don't see coming. Okay? And I had predicted before that he will be arrested, so it'll all tie in. This could take a couple years, but I think it's going to be less. And then the next one I got was Kamala is going to be president. I mean, that's kind of, okay, Jen, because we know he's sick and blah, 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 but I had this a long time ago and it came up again. There's going to be a female black president. And I'm hearing like the never going to be president now and then. It's from Hamilton, one of my favorite musicals. All right. So we've got the social media app prediction. We've got malfeasance. We've got Justin Trudeau. I've got one more big one that I don't want to freak you out with, but I promised I wasn't going to do that anymore. So if you don't want to hear the next one, turn it off right now. Hit the off button, turn off your Bluetooth, turn off your headphones, or take them off your head and stop playing this right now, because I'm going to give you one more before we end this podcast. And this one was actually, what's the date today? This came in like today, this morning, yesterday, I'm not quite sure, a couple days ago. So the next one that came in, so okay, before I tell you this one, I want to tell you something. I'm noticing a lot of something very cool recently when I'm out driving around, or I'm in public, or in the park, I'm at the beach, or I'm at the resort, or at the concert last night. There's something that is a common thread here, and it's not fear. And I want you to really pay attention to this. And so one of my favorite movies, this is the context to it. One of my favorite movies is Love Actually. So you guys know I'm a big Christmas person. I'm a big Christmas freak. I've got 10 trees. Okay, I got 7. But one of my favorite movies to watch at Christmas time, besides Home Alone and Elf, is Love Actually. And the very first beginning part of Love Actually is what I'm talking about, where the narrator's like, Hugh Grant's like talking about love. Everywhere you go to the airport, you see love. Love is all around you, right? That's the theme of this movie. And there's the whole scene where everyone's hugging and kissing and crying, and you're like, oh my God, everyone, there's still love. I have witnessed this a lot more recently in real life. So at the concert last night, there was like kids dancing, and there was people hugging, and I like getting a little emotional from recalling this. It's like, you guys have to remember that love is everywhere, no matter what's going on. Like, even if the unjabbed get all locked up in these houses, these army camps or whatever, we're still gonna love. We're gonna love, we're gonna hug, we're just gonna send love, we're just gonna be love, we're just gonna, and I'm seeing it everywhere. I'm seeing this like at the concert, I'm seeing it like people dancing, and there was like a father and son hugging, and then at the park there's kids running to their moms, and they're like, mommy, and they're like, just love. It's everywhere. So I'm gonna challenge you and encourage you to really go, and when you're walking around, and I want you to notice all the love that there really is, because we're so focused on the negative and the fear and the worry and what's going to happen to our countries. And just be present and notice the love. Okay, I know it sounds kind of simple, and it is. Like, we make things way harder than they are. This is a very simple concept, and is the only truth. It is love that is out there. Okay, so my last prediction isn't the most fun, But it was neutral, it came in neutral, and if you receive it neutral, then you'll be good to go. But if you go on Twitter, or if you are actually, I see a lot of stuff from TikTok, okay, guys? And I saw a video from China, and they had citizens in a line, forcefully handcuffed in a line, and they made them wear masks, and there was police around them, an army around them with their guns, and they were handcuffed, and they had to mandatory every single morning go through this mandatory COVID test. So that flipping stick up your nose that actually doesn't go in your nose, it goes up your freaking brain. It's horrible, and they have to do it every single day. So if you had to be tested every single day, I like give you a big fucking hug, because I don't know how you do it. But yeah, so then there's a police state, what's called a police state, right? So I'm not 100% certain what country it's going to be. I'm hoping it's not Canada. But I think it actually might be, but in other countries as well. And eventually, I don't know the timeline for this, but there's going to be a police state at some point. And I think the only reason we're not in a lockdown is because there's an election coming, but there's talk of these mandates coming back. I don't want to like end this show on a blah note, but I need you to be informed. Because if you don't go look at the news, which is awesome, or if you don't go on social media, you have no idea what's going on, right? I need you to be prepared. I need you to be prepared yourself, but I want you to always go to love. Always, always, always go to love. Always. And we're good right now. We just need to look for the love. All right, so those are the predictions. And if I repeated myself, I apologize. I don't think I did. But those are the ones I've been saving up for you guys, because I want to make sure that we have some good content on the Singing Medium podcast. And if you guys know any guests that you think should be on the show, send them my way. I haven't had a guest on here. It's all be me yakking your ear off. If you know someone who's like a medium or a psychic or a tarot card reader or an astrologer or something, anything, send them my way. They can DM me on Instagram at elevate.hersoul. Go watch my funny TikToks on the Real Singing Medium. I am very excited still to do my psychic CEO thing. So I'm a business coach, but like in a psychic kind of way. So I'm going to tell you how much money you're going to make. Oh my God. I'm going to tell you who you should work with, who's a good fit, who's not a good fit. It's going to be awesome. So I'm doing those, and I'm just doing my thing. I'm just doing my thing, guys. I'm just doing my thing. So just keep doing your thing too. Keep doing your thing. Keep smiling, keep shining, and have an awesome, I'm not going to say, oh my God, I almost said have a good weekend. Guys, do I say this a lot? Don't have a good weekend. Who cares? Time is not even real. You have a good present moment.